there, before we continue with this video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and you have bell notifications for all uploads. Hello everyone, for this video, it is the review of the Judgement Joker Pro Series. So huge thanks to our friend who is far away who was able to get this for us. They know who they are, we really do appreciate all the help. So if you don't know what Pro Series is, it is basically Hasbro doing the bays like TT, though with some flaws. This right here is Judgement Joker. So this was a solid choice because Joker, and well, not Joker chip, but Judgement was a super top tier part in the GT series. So the fact that they picked it was really good. Parts wise, so there is, first of all, yeah, let's take a look at the stats and whatever. Don't know how this is reflecting. Yeah, there's a few things to go over. So obviously Judgement. Now, unlike the Hypersphere one, which was snubbed on a lot of its gimmicks, this Joker is built different. So firstly, let's go over. So obviously there's the Joker chip, which is right spin. The layer weight is Sen, which was originally on Wizard Fafnir, and I believe also Heaven Pegasus. The Judgement base, basically, well, the idea was supposed to be, it was supposed to have one good side and like a weaker side, but both sides are good. And it's supposed to have rubber on each side, super strong impact, and the whole idea with Judgement was it was supposed to have a little rubber stopper there. Now that was a thing where it would touch the disc and it would make it so that it was a lot harder to burst. Now this is why I really hate the Hasbro Judgement, because it has, even ignoring the fact that the rubber's gone, the shape can't work too well, especially if it doesn't have the stopper there. So again, it makes sense. Zero Glaive was an awful choice for a disc and a frame. Some could make the argument that maybe if you want to get the accurate colored glaive that you could only get on Kinetics to Tomb, like the purple one or something, maybe, I don't know, some weird argument. If they were smart, they should have done 3 in hits, because they have never released the hit frame or the 3 disc. So I don't know why they picked Zero Glaive. It was not a good choice. And Ultimate Reboot is sort of like my same thoughts as Extend Plus. Is it cool we got it? Awesome. Sucks because we can't use it on actual Hasbro bays, because Pro Series bays are meant for only Pro Series bays. So that is like, I would have loved to use this on Strike Valtrek. That's why I also wish that they just did slopes, because if we could have used this on Strike Valtrek, oh my god, that would have been so good. By the way, you have to put stickers on this. It's like TT, so that was fun to do. I always got to do it like this, QR at the end. So yeah, that's how the Judgement base is, and they explain how to put the frame. Kind of weird they don't explain the Ultimate Reboot and how it's supposed to work, but you get the idea. Okay, important detail to go over. Hasbro is A4, B4 on this. So my father did a hardness test, we triple checked, and Pro Series consistently when we did the hardness test, which is where we pluck a little thing inside and we see how hard the thing is, was, so this was like 8 and this was maybe like 4, right?
Yeah, it's roughly up.
So this is why the rubber on the TT Judgement feels softer than Hasbro. Hasbro feels harder than TT on the rubber. So use with that information as you will. That was just a detail I wanted to mention. I thought it was interesting enough. So what we're actually going to do is the teeth wear testing. Wasn't even the original plan. So actually we can see Judgment's teeth perfectly fine like this. So I'm going to put on the disc and we're going to use the Pro Series Destroy Dash. It doesn't actually, you won't know what. I could probably even use the normal. We'll do both and then we'll see. So to do this, I'm going to have to zoom out so you don't have to see the shot blocked out. And that rubber stopper is really like strong, like it is tough. So in a way that's super good for the Pro Series Judgement, because it's going to be a lot harder to burst. But still, actually a little bit. Let me get it on the Destroy Dash. Destroy Dash, it's a little bit easier. So this is on the Destroy Dash. You have to do it a little bit, but it depends on the base. So obviously with Zwei Lunar, for an example, if you saw that review, we showed that the wear obviously happens. Trying to see. So we're gonna go a little bit more. Judgement might be the rare exception. I think it's just due to the rubber stopper there, because it makes it harder to do this, but This is important because we need to see how much this stuff wears. All right, well, there's a little stress mark. I want to do a little bit more. So we're already starting to see a stress mark on it. So again, this is important to show for transparency's sake, because obviously this is a review, but this is also going to be a stress test for the thing. I gotta say, credit where credit's due to Hasbro. I swear this rubber stopper is like super good for what they did. So it is a teensy bit. My hand is actually red. It is a teensy bit. This is actually thanks to the rubber stopper because it was a lot harder, but you can see a little bit of stress. You can actually see where the white is. So you can see small stress marks already. So that is an example. Okay, going over the part by part, we have the Joker chip. I also spoke too soon. This is TT. I think I spoke too soon. It's, yeah, you can kind of see. I did a little bit more just to destroy Dash, and oh boy. So yeah, this is kind of like Zwei, though it's weird because it happens on one side, but I'm sure it's gonna happen to the other side too. Yeah, so the teeth wear is, like Hasbro to fix it. This is not okay. Big difference also is the colors. Hasbro is a lot more saturated than TT. Which I don't actually mind. I actually like it a little bit more. I like the Pro Series colors. That's actually one thing I'll give respect. I do like the colors on Pro Series. Also, if you were wondering, yes, you can put a Pro Series chip on a Japanese layer base. So for an example, Pro Series on this. Or if you wanted to put, this is obviously this is Pro Series because you can see the A4. If I wanted to put TT on here, put TT. So just to show it is compatible with TT for those that are wondering. I kind of hate that I spoke too soon on it. Let's just go over the Judgement Hasbro. So I've already mentioned that the rubber seems harder than TT. I don't know what that's exactly going to mean overall, but yeah, you can kind of notice some differences color-wise, but yeah. I'm kind of bugged out because I was like, wow, you know, Judgement won't wear as much. And then after I just tried it a little bit more, I'm like, oh, I really did speak too soon. Obviously also see Judgement. So then after there's obviously the Sen weight, which this originally came on like Wizard, and then after I think it was on Heaven. Sen, it's a weight that's on all sides. So obviously there's the better version of this weight, which is Goku, which obviously has more weights and better weight distribution overall. Then after, of course, we have Zero Glaive. So when it comes to Zero Glaive, while I guess maybe some excuses could be for the Glaive, it's, you know, they could have done 3 hits. Really wasn't needed. Which was just a poor choice. It was a poor choice. This is probably the worst part for the Bay. A poor choice. Like, yeah, Zero Disc is good, and Glaive is Glaive. So you just picked a better one. Ultimate Reboot, Pro Series, TT. What's really interesting is that it is not modeled off of the Koro Ultimate Reboot, the one that was based on the anime for God Valkyrie, Strike God Valkyrie. It's actually based on the Twin Nemesis one. So, I mean, other than color differences, obviously the gimmick, obviously it has rubber here, so it's like Reboot. I honestly prefer it over the original Reboot. Yeah, other than that, and again, just to mention, please, like, I hope they fix this. There's no excuses. The only thing, and I'm going to mention this now, as I'm going to be weighing it, so you're going to hear commentary as I weigh this. Actually, I'll read it out. Hasbro, TT, what model is this? A4, Hasbro, TT. Yeah, that makes sense that Hasbro would be heavier in this case. What is that, 11? To 12. It makes sense because the rubber is harder, so I would expect as much. TT. Hasbro, it varies. Doesn't really matter. TT. Hasbro. Trying to see which one's which. Now this one's definitely Pro Series. Whatever. Either way, we're weighing it. Let me just double check. Which one is this for, actually? You see, that's why I hate doing these. They always make it so identical. No, this one's definitely Pro. This one's Pro Series. This one's Pro Series. Sorry, Pro Series, and this one's TT. This one's TT. This is the one thing I'm going to give to Pro Series, and that is so hard to tell when you go by part, because you can mix them up easily. All right, Pro Series Judgement. That is the weight. Let me get TT ready. Makes sense. Final thoughts. So Judgment's in a weird case where, no, teeth wear happens as bad as Vi, which is not good. But also another interesting debate is gonna be on Judgment, because for those who know, you know, been in tournaments, whatever, during the GT stuff, and Judgment was a bay where you would have to buy multiple copies. This was due to the rubber eventually wearing in battles. It's gonna happen no matter what, which was fine. So it's a weird case, because it's in a sense of irony, because the issue is that the teeth wears, but Judgment obviously will wear on its own, so you'd have to get it regardless of teeth wear. So it's really funny. So I don't know, I'm very curious on the perspective of Hasbro side, and also the TT side. What do you think? What do you think? I think it's interesting that they've done it like this. I think that they put a lot of work into Judgment, probably to make sure that it doesn't burst as much, even if the teeth does have the wearing issues. So it's an interesting case. It really is an interesting case. My overall thoughts on this is I think this is probably going to be the best Pro Series release, where it would make sense if you could get it, but still Hasbro needs to fix the teeth problem. So just to mention that. It can happen, and the wear can easily happen. I don't want to hear any, oh my god, well, even though it's called Pro and it's advertised for competitive, you shouldn't get it because for competitive reasons, it takes like 1 billion clicks before it can wear. No cap, all right? Let's keep it transparent here. Anyways, let's do a test. All right, test launch time. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Activate now! Ultimate Reboot! See, it works every time. Honestly, I have to be transparent right now. I still could not tell which Ultimate Reboot was which. I had to actually take a picture of it, right? I had to zoom in the picture and notice that the sticker on one of the Ultimate Reboots was worn. And I'm like, oh, okay, so then that's definitely the TT one. It's just such a good job of making it look accurate. If only it didn't have these flaws. All right, first match, Hypersphere Joker. Okay, so now that we beat up, oh! Can it run it back? Activate now! Ultimate Reboot! It's fun to call it out, because if you want proof it's the best Pro Series. Ooh! I think we can clearly see that this thing is a powerhouse. You know, I'm gonna beat up on guard. For the fun. It's a beast. You know, it's funny because at first I couldn't tell which one is which, but the TT is the much paler one. TT almost got a burst. I think we can tell which one's doing better. Oh, but TT almost lost a burst too. Honestly, this is the only Pro Series I'm really confused with. TT. it's weird because it's Judgment. Hasbro. That's the thing. I am not lying. It is technically the best Pro Series Bay. It's Judgment, man. Judgment's a powerhouse. I'm gonna do one more. If Hasbro does it, they do it. If they don't, they don't. Actually, you wanna know what? If I say that, then that means I gotta launch Hasbro first. Okay, that was kind of funny. Alright, final thoughts. Wait. QR. Scan it? Come on, go scan it. I'm serious. Go scan it. Pause the video and scan it. Alright, final thoughts. I don't know, because it's such a weird thing to do, because obviously Judgment wears, so it makes sense to get another Judgment, but... Oh, Joker! No! Joker! You... Ah! Look what Joker did. I'm not forgiving Joker in this video. Everyone, Joker just committed a sin. You know what it did? Put a little crack on the corner here. I'm moving the angle. Look at that. That is no-no. You put Joker cracked the corner. All right, sorry guys, that's a 2 out of 10 for me. What would you give Pro Series Joker? Because I don't know, because Judgment, obviously, we had to buy a lot of Judgments for tournaments to use because it wears and it makes sense. Well, what are your thoughts on Pro Series Joker? Because the teeth wears also, but it's like, it's Judgment too, so it's a weird... She doesn't like to direct the stadiums. It's the rare case where I'm very mixed on this because it's Judgment, so I don't know. This is the only case where I might say it's okay, but still Hasbro needs to fix the teeth. I would still say wait until they fix the teeth. That is the most important message I will leave off with. Joker cracked my thing. I'm never using this Pro Series again. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. Anyways, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.